First off, I would like to thank those who made this workshop possible. Paying special tribute to Holy, you are a force to be reckoned with. Special thanks to everyone also who took off their time to spend it with Cosmopolitan SA. You're all here for your own reasons and objectives, and I hope that my speech, as well as the other dynamic women here today, will really inspire you. The future is female after all, yay! So, making money and doing what you really love every single day, does this sound impossible to you? Creating a business out of something you've enjoyed since childhood, does this sound too good to be true? What will it take to make you start? Do you want to be famous from the get-go? Is your thigh gap your money train? Do you want to be known for your perfect selfies, but they're all on your camera roll and they never make it to your feed? So this morning, I'm here to talk to you about turning your passion into a business and how to commercialize your social feeds without ruining your reputation. Now, I hope you will leave this event feeling excited and motivated to take whatever changes you need to make in order to make your dreams come true. If there's anything I hope you will walk away having learned is that there is far more value in standing out than fitting in. The sooner you realize this, the better. So when I was little, I used to conform to what others expected of me. I would fade into the background, hoping not to be noticed. I would let my bullies taunt me and get away with it. I wasn't happy. Somehow, I found my voice, and I spoke up. I am Kefilwe Mavote. I won't be who you want me to be. Let me show you who I am. I may not be perfect, I may never be perfect, but life lessons have shaped me into the woman I am today. An ever-evolving, confident, and super sexy businesswoman. I wasn't happy, so being insecure and withdrawn. And so I decided to create an image of myself, I could be proud of, and that others would hopefully look up to. I decided. If commercializing your social feed is something you want to do, I have to mention important things. Pay close attention, please. This is like life or death stuff over here. I'm kidding. So making money from social media should definitely be not your primary objective. If you do this, you will fail. Copy and pasting what someone else is doing and try to pass it off as original work should not be done. Do this also, you will fail. Hopefully, Emma will clarify this more in detail later in her speech. Trying too hard to also impress your followers by pretending to be someone you're not is a guaranteed failure. So we got it? Good. You can't make money off something that doesn't exist, so your first step should be to define your niche. This should be a first step in anything, whether you're planning to make business out of it or just figuring out what you really enjoy talking about. For me, style is my best friend who comes to play with me every single morning. Together, we create a persona we want to present to the world every day. It's pretty fun, actually. Every day holds something different. What I wore on Monday won't work for my mood and plans on Tuesday. It's an endless game of mix and match, and honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe because I enjoy it so much, I love creating unique looks that I get saddened when I'm out and about and I see a group of young women all dressed the same, no matter their height or body. Maybe they're like how I used to be, trying to conform. I want to reach out to them and tell them, no, darling, create your own look. Who cares if it's not fashionable now? Fashion moves with the tide. It's your style that will live on. And honestly, it doesn't matter what style you choose because it's your style anyway. So you found your niche and you love what you do, and you could speak hours about it. What happened next? There'll be Saturdays and Sundays where your friends will wonder where you are, and you'll be hustling. You'll wake up at 5 a.m. to finish off some work before your day when the sun is not even up and you're hustling. You will daydream and strategize ideas when on the toilet or even in the shower. Can you guess what kind of hustling is this? I call it the quiet time hustle. So when you get to this stage, don't stop, keep going. For what lies beyond will be so, so worth it. I'm not saying forget about your friends, guys, or never go out for drinks. There will be a time where your priorities shifts and you start to see a part of something that, with a bit of time and attention, could blossom into something really wonderful. This blossom is something you will want to protect. It's so beautiful, it could easily become something that every Tom, Dick, and Harry would want to get their hands on. Your biggest lesson will be learning how to say no. I know it can be quite a challenge, you know. So, if or when you get to the stage where brands and companies are phoning over you with ideas and a possibility of a big paycheck, always take a step back and ask yourself, is it really worth it? For example, I have had so many opportunities come my way, and as much as it pained me to see that money or that exposure or that opportunity pass me by, they didn't align with my personal values. I wouldn't want to mention this car brand. So I advertise Lamborghini cars, which really put me on a certain market. So a certain car brand came to me and they wanted to collaborate with me. It didn't align with my personal values. They came back again to me and they offered a really huge amount of paycheck. So these are one of the things that would really test you, you know, of your authenticity and the direction that you really want to go to. So when creating your social content, you really need to make sure it suits you, your brand and your audience. Your followers hold the power. They are the reason people want to pay you to do what you do anyway. Remember to ask yourself if the commercial aspect of whatever you're doing or whatever you're being paid to do will add value and strengthen your own brand. Just because someone wants to pay you doesn't mean that it's good for you in the long run. My business is about luxury marketing and advertising. I might pair a high street fashion item with my daily couture look, but imagine if I started posting about those non-luxury brands. I would confuse my audience, and by doing so, I would dilute my brand. This became especially important when brands started paying me for my work. I've been asked so many times how I managed to balance my businesses with my content and life. I really don't need to because I post about my life. Even paid posts and partnership are created to fall within the life that I am living. For me, this creates true credibility, especially because I will only work with the brands and products that I believe in and that I use myself. Therefore, trying to make them fit seamlessly into my life, it's easy. Understanding this, that it's not a perfect art, is what makes this industry so unique. You've got to take calculated risks, after all. You'll only regret the things you didn't do. Haters are gonna hate, right? We know that pretty much. I think Asha and Sebahle over here know this very well. Getting all the bad comments, people are taking you with so many things. So my advice is that please refrain from adding fuel to the fire and starting verbal backlash war. You're the only one who is going to get hurt and burned. Allow them to talk and look stupid all on their own. As my own feet started making me more money, I obviously had to spend more time thinking and deliberating on what and how I was going to do my post. Because now I am no longer the only brand I'm representing. My feed has become my bread and butter, and I have to be so respectful of it. My feed feeds me. If you think I'm Superwoman and I do this all on my own, I've got news for you. It started out this way, yes, but as I grew, I needed to learn how to delegate some duties to other people. I would be so behind on my opportunities if it wasn't because of my amazing team. They send me what's most relevant and help me stay up to date with what's going on. Because I started doing it all by myself in the beginning, I understand and appreciate how much work it takes. If you get to this point where you're hiring someone to help you out, remember that your team becomes part of your value chain. And it's this value chain that your followers, your fans, haters, clients, and potential clients see. Now, let's talk about these clients. These are a few, and each of them has specific needs, requirements, and KPIs that need to be met per month or per campaign. Clients will always want to know that they're getting their money's worth. So before any project, we agree on set KPIs. When finalizing projects, my team and I take a deep look into the stats that are based off these initially agreed KPIs and report the findings to the client. For those of you who aren't aware of my day job, I'm a stylist to the eyelid, sorry. So when I'm not posting great shots on Instagram or being flown around the world to shop, I help individuals enhance their personal styles. I have to be sensitive about their needs. We are not dealing with big brands here. We're dealing with people. Every client has different expectations of what they want to get out of our exchange. And this is where I find listening first and speaking after really helps. I book most of my clients on a 4-month retainer. If they choose not to renew the retainer and the retainer ends, I always keep in touch with them by always sending them emails of style tips and tricks about fashion trends. Old clients can always become new clients again. Never forget that. It doesn't have to be big, with an email. I just make sure that I keep it very simple. So we've covered finding your niche, finding and nurturing your clients, learning to say no, learning to say yes, making money, doing what you really love, and having fun while doing it. What we haven't spoken about is managing the physical cash money. I think that is what everyone wants to hear today, hey? Like, how do I manage, the cash physical money? So having the most basic knowledge of finance will help you in the long run. Before you start sending invoices, do your research. Do you want to be a professional taxpayer and get everything paid into your personal account? Or should you start a PTY, LTD, and create a business account where your funds are? Whatever it is, remember that not everything you earn belongs to you. The taxman is going to want a piece of it. And there is nothing you can do to avoid that legally anyway. You'll have to do it. So if you don't know what you're doing, get someone to help you. It may seem like a big cost in the beginning, but because you're aiming for greatness, you'll be glad you did it in the beginning. Maybe this code will help you make sense of it. If you want to play with the big dogs, don't act like a puppy. In conclusion, I really want to say, if this life is really what you want, then grab the proverbial bull by the horns and go with it. No one is going to do it for you. Just remember the things I mentioned in the beginning. Don't make money your primary objective. Creating something of value should be. Don't copy someone else's work. Create your own unique flavor. Don't try too hard to impress your followers. Impress yourself first, and they will continue to follow you. It's a social media out there, guys, so let's go out there and get creative. Thank you very much.